Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Connor here with your next edition of the Rumour Mill. I hope you're all doing fantastically well, and we are back here on Friday with your latest update of all the Leeds United news. Of course, today we are sponsored by Ship Bikes USA, and got all your customized, your details, motorcycles to everybody's individual need. You got a Harley, you got a Honda. Go ring up Bernie and he'll give you all the spec, all the details, all the remods of everything that's going on over there in the States. So listen, we've got some news today, haven't we? We've got a bit of a build-up in terms of Robin Koch. Really, there's been a massive development in terms of what we've heard from Phil Hay in terms of who's going to be done first. Is it going to be Rodrigo? Is it going to be Robin Koch? You know, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. But the first bit of news, of course, from Leeds United's end is the signing of Arsenal's under-18 Sam Greenwood. So Sam Greenwood joins Leeds United for a deal that goes up to 1.5 million, which just adds to the quality that Leeds now have in the Tier 1 under-23 status that, you know, we keep progressing and nurturing every single year. And now this year, it's getting better and better and better, isn't it? And you know, you look at some of the loans we've brought in, and we're doing it the right way. We're doing it the progressive way. We're doing it with the sustainable model, not only buying players in now for the here and now, but looking to the future, looking for the investment into the future, which is only going to make Leeds United a more professional outlet in years to come. So let's go over what is going on. Hello, everybody. Hey, Connor. Hi, Joe. Lee, hello. G'day, Connor. How you doing, mate? Connor, watch you daily. Proper legend. Cheers, mate. Hope you're all doing really, really well. But yeah, as I said, there's a lot going on in terms of Leeds right now. So yeah, as I say, guys, the first bit of news is obviously Sam Greenwood. Now, Sam Greenwood obviously signs for the club, and for me, it's a really good signing. You know, he's a young lad. He's coming through. He's highly rated at Arsenal, and I think it is a really good bit of business. It's the first sort of bit of business we've seen coming out of Ellen Road, isn't it? Really, because obviously it's been quite quiet. We've had contract renewals, we've had this, that, and the other. But as you can see there, LUFC are pleased to announce the arrival of Sam Greenwood from fellow, and it's really interesting how they've phrased that, from fellow Premier League rivals. Arsenal. I was about to say Manchester United then. Fellow Premier League side Arsenal. And it's good to say fellow Premier League side because that's who we're competing against in the tiers, obviously, with regards to our younger age groups, our youth. We're in the Tier 1 now. We're competing with top division clubs. So someone like Sam Greenwood is an absolute coup. Obviously, he's from Sunderland, so he knows all about Leeds. He knows all about the aura. He knows all about Leeds making youth products into first-team products. And apparently, Calvin Phillips was the standout reason he wanted to join Leeds United. Obviously, there was Bielsa there. There was the recruitment model. There was the fact that we put so much into youth and the development of youth. But seeing someone like Calvin Phillips, who now has just been called up to the England squad, who is now a Premier League player, who's lauded by Tottenham, by Villa, by Arsenal, by Manchester United, all these clubs who have scouted him and has stayed at Leeds and is developing along with the project at Leeds. It's a massive coup for Leeds, and Greenwood was very, very happy to sign for the Whites. Greenwood signed a 3-year contract at Ellen Road, running until the summer of 2023 from fellow Premier League club Arsenal on Friday. The striker will link up with the 23s and become the latest young player to join the club during the transfer window, following arrivals of Charlie Allen, Cody Drama, Joe Gelhardt, and Danny van den Heuvel. So it is one of those where once again we see Leeds developing the youth, and it's definitely really exciting for me. I think it's, you know, it is one of those that if we manage to get these deals underway, it's a proper good thing for the club. And I'm really excited for that. As Sniper.Genius says, we are the losers in this, which is really interesting from an Arsenal fan. So, and the next bit of news as well, of course, is Robin Koch. Now, this is just developing into something very good, isn't it? Something that Leeds are apparently getting underway very, very soon. The latest from Athletics, transfer track at Leeds and Freiburg on the verge of agreeing a deal for Robin Koch. And look at the bottom there, it says Leeds United near 13 million for Robin Koch. And apparently this is something that is going to be completely solidified by this weekend if we manage to get the medical underway, which is something that apparently Leeds are getting done. Leeds are looking at, as you can see from Phil Hay, which I'll just flash up for you guys in a second. But Phil reporting that could get done over this weekend. Robin Murphy as well, Irish journalist who covers German football out there, saying that Leeds are closing in on a £13 million move for Freiburg, according to The Athletic. So once again, as you can see there, really good news for Leeds, closing in on a brilliant centre-back, a very, very good centre-back. I was watching a clip that Tottenham put out about a month ago. Welcome to Tottenham, Robin Koch, and it was just him spraying 40, 50 yards balls, marauding into the centre of midfield and looking just like an absolute Bielsa prime player. So it's really exciting to see for me. Victor Orta has just sent a donation. Thank you, Victor. Imagine. Ola Connor, son of Leeds, big double speciality signings incoming much soon. I love Leeds. Orta away. Thank you, Victor Orta. Good seeing you on here, mate. A fan of the in full swing. Ian says, any truth in the medical this weekend? I have been told that apparently, it's very, very close, basically. From someone who's basically just let me know, it is extremely close. So could that be our next signing? Could that be the signing before Rodrigo? Obviously, with Rodrigo, Leeds are looking to make it a marquee signing with Adidas, potentially with the new kit. Is he being sort of siphoned off to the side, waiting for that massive delivery of news? Because he is the biggest signing the club's ever made. He's a record signing. So it is one of those where you've got to wait. We've got to see whether or not that's going to get done today. I don't think Rodrigo will get done today. I think Leeds are flashing it up and making it into a big thing. So yeah, I guess that'll be nice for the club as well, just to see that in terms of, obviously Rio Ferdinand was the other one. But with Rodrigo, we're going to absolutely smash that target, aren't we? So yeah, I mean, there's many reports of apparently the medical coming over this weekend, as you can see here. According to The Athletic, Phil Hay, Leeds United are close to seeing a move for Freiburg centre-back Robin Koch, with both clubs ready to do business around 13 million. The Ellen Road outfit are looking to have the 24-year-old in England for a medical over the weekend if the terms of the German side can be finalised in the coming hours. So that's really positive to see once again. Leeds clearly making the moves for Robin Koch. And we've also had the moves, for Rodrigo this week. So that's evidently why it has taken quite a bit of time. Now, a little bit of interesting news as well with regards to what Phil Hay said earlier on today. Now, a question was posed to Phil. Always one was what just Phil said, and that was regarding to the centre-back options for Leeds United. Now, we all think that because of Berardi going out, we probably should bring two in, but Bielsa has full faith in Struijk. We saw that, or Struijk, that we saw at the end of the season. Is he really going to invest in a new centre-back? And a really interesting development coming from Phil Hay here. I wonder if that will change as the window goes on. They're short minus Berardi, and if that could be, and it could be that Bielsa thinks better of going with one signing because they do have targets who could cover Cooper. Now, this could fit in very nicely once again to the Felipe Luiz sort of rumours that were absolutely going everywhere yesterday, and obviously a world-class centre-back, 27 million. Lazio have said that they want for him. The market value is there. With Leeds getting such a snip for someone like Robin Koch, getting someone with such an incredible pedigree, has that left the budget a little bit open for Leeds to go and get another centre-back? I want a keeper, personally. Not because Mellier's not done a brilliant job, but I think he needs someone next to him who's going to be able to help him through that Premier League season. It's a very steep learning curve for a goalkeeper. If we've seen the spotlight is on you, a lot of psychological issues can happen to goalkeepers, as we've seen with De Gea, as we've seen with Joe Hart. So I think Meslier potentially needs someone to help him through that Premier League season. Whoever that may be, I don't know, but I think a goalkeeper is absolutely pivotal for me. But really interesting what Phil Hay was saying there with regards to Leeds potentially looking at somebody else, and obviously that makes the links even more advances the links even more, doesn't it, when we're talking about the centre-back options. Obviously, Phil as well said if they weren't to get Robin Koch, that they do have options in regards to an experienced centre-back from the English Premier Division. So who that may be, I have no idea, but that could obviously feed the fire for many players, potentially Tomori, Gibson at Burnley. A lot of people talking about that sort of ball-playing centre-backs. And obviously it feeds the fire for Luis Felipe. Leeds set to make 27 million move for Luis Felipe. And I always say, no smoke without fire. I turned around yesterday, someone put out a bit of a garbage publication. It was like Leeds have accepted a bid for 30 million, but have had a bid accepted for 30 million when Lazio came out and said, and that was just in euros, by the way. Lazio have said that they want more euros for him. Obviously, the pound to euro conversion rate is a bit closer now, but who knows? They could have had a bid accepted. The only reason I called them out and said it was a bit waffle was because Robin Koch is so advanced now from what I've heard from people and from what Phil Hay is saying. So Robin Koch is the signing, but I didn't realise that potentially Leeds could be looking for more options in that department. And Phil is sort of saying that once again. So it is one of those where we've got to keep an eye on that. And I think hopefully we'll see some, developments on that front. But yeah, and with regards to Luke, this was sort of another little link that I've created. Now, this is once again, there's been a lot of people talking about Tomori as well, being that potential English centre-back, one person that could come in. We get Robin Koch. Could we get someone like Tomori on a good deal? Now, this is the reason I brought this up. Obviously, Thiago Silva has just signed for Chelsea. Now, obviously, that is a done deal. Now, will that free up a move for someone like Tomori to come to Leeds United? Obviously, we will have to wait and see, but that is a really credible link. Obviously, now Chelsea mounting up centre-back options. Will Tomori be allowed to go? Is Tomori a credible link? He sort of fits the mould. He's versatile. And, he can play really anywhere along that back line if you ask him to. And he's a good ball-playing centre-half. So we'll have to wait and see. One little bit of interest that I got from the Robin Koch thing is I think that he's played something like 58 games at centre-back and he's played something like 30-odd games at central defensive midfield. So an absolutely idyllic Marcelo Bielsa signing there. So I just found that really, really interesting. Now, sort of the last bit that I obviously wanted to touch on this version of the rumour mill is Cabral. Obviously, the rumours continue with Cabral, but I think, to be honest, that is going to be end game, to be quite honest. I think that's going to be end game for Cabral. As this publication says today, the agents of reported Leeds United target Artur Cabral have moved on with other avenues, with the West Yorkshire side seemingly not interested in signing the Brazilian frontman, according to reports. Now, once again, Leeds have five tiers for every position. So whether or not Artur Cabral was sort of here and Rodrigo was here, I would guess that was the case. I would guess that maybe Cabral was a little bit further down on the pecking order. Leeds realised that they could have a sniff with Rodrigo. Hence, the interest with Cabral has sort of, diminished, really. It was reported by Globo Esporte earlier this month that the Basel striker was an option for Leeds this summer. The report claimed that Leeds offered 15 million for the striker with an extra 3 million, totaling at 16. It suggested the Swiss Giants want at least 20 for the striker. But the powerful front man is keen on a move to the Premier League. Now, obviously, that's not going to happen. But Leeds probably did put an offer down. There was a lot of spoken word across Brazil of Brazilian journalists coming out and saying, look, this has happened. We saw it as well from Spain straight away before we had heard from the English sources about Rodrigo. So we are hearing from the outlets in their own respective countries of the news with Leeds, because everything's been kept so close by the Leeds United recruitment staff, the commercial staff, the communication staff, so close to and tight to the chest that we're not finding out. The journalists aren't finding out. Our journalists are finding out from European correspondents. So we have to look abroad and see exactly what is going on in these countries. They were the ones who broke the Rodrigo news. They were the ones who broke the Robin Koch move. They were the ones who broke the Artur Cabral move. So it's all well and good looking at our journalists, but definitely look further afield. And obviously with the likes of Felipe Luiz, it was broken by a Lazio outlet. So whether or not that is true, who knows? But, once again, even daft things like I think it was the Scottish Record or the Herald broke the Ryan Kent news. It was Stephen Gerrard live on air. So it isn't our journalists who are breaking it, not through any fault of their own, but because Leeds are running such a tight ship at the minute, we have to find it further afield. So really interesting news there, guys. And as we can see, Victor also is in the chat, so that's great. Guys, I'm going to leave it there just on the basis that I don't want to waffle on too much and I don't want to pad it out too much because, some of the ones are tight, they're condensed, and we haven't got as much news, but we've got good news. It's quality over quantity with me here. This is what I try and do. So, guys, there's 711 of you watching right now. If you wouldn't mind slapping a like on the video, that would be amazing. If you are new to the channel, please hit subscribe. We're on the road to 7K. Have a wonderful day. Stay happy, and I'll see you in a bit.